All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we've got a lot to unpack with this Tesla earnings call because the biggest thing, probably one of the biggest thing that comes out of news for all of us Tesla buyers is that potentially you can get a $15,000 discount off of Tesla full self-driving as long as you trade in or sell your vehicle that currently potentially could have full self-driving on top of that, and that could be amazing value. So we'll take a look at that plus a variety of topics, but before we do that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. And shout out to my latest Patreon member. We've got Enu Jeep. Sorry if I messed it up. Enu Deep. Sorry if I messed it up. Down below in the description. Thank you for supporting. But let us get into this. So if you missed out on the Tesla earnings call, you didn't really miss much. I mean, a couple things I wanted to hear about was Cybertruck pricing, Cybertruck release date. I also wanted to hear about any sort of pricing predictions in the near future, but it doesn't seem like there was much to talk about. But he did, Elon specifically, or the team leaked some information about some new models that could be coming out, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But shout out to the Kilowatts. He highlighted this, that Tesla and Elon did come onto the call and say that for a one-time event in Q3 of this year, so essentially the next few months, if you sell or trade in your Tesla vehicle that has full self-driving, they'll probably give you a one-time full self-driving transferability. And so, of course, as you potentially know, that the current pricing of full self-driving is a full $15,000, and so you could be saving a ton of money if you trade in your vehicle that currently has full self-driving. Here's another post from Not a Tesla App. Elon, sure, you can transfer full self-driving to a new Tesla, but only in Q3. Quote, Tesla in Q4, check out our new redesigned Model 3, the best car ever. So you can for surely bet they're doing this for a reason, because they want to try and increase sales, because they probably have a ton of Model 3 inventory that's just sitting stale. Because even if we go to waitingfortesla.com, this is not a true inventory count. Even if we go to mattjung.net, it says 642 Model 3s available for sale across the country. Looking at the Model Y, there's 415. So they did say on the earnings call today that Tesla is one of the only manufacturers that is able to look at production numbers and order queue or order backlog and the same day, and they get a report that goes through that every single day. And so they did say if the economy keeps kind of going this way, prices might keep coming down with their pricing of their vehicle models. And so that's probably why Elon and the team decided they will allow a one-time event of transferring of full self-driving from if you have it from before. And so this kind of brings into an interesting case, right? Like, do you go out and buy a used Model 3 with full self-driving? Because the full self-driving in the secondhand market is definitely not valued at $15,000. If anything, it's valued at like what, $2,000? So there could be the case there. If you absolutely want full self-driving and you absolutely do not want to pay the $15,000, maybe even buy like a 2017 Model 3, 2018 Model 3 that has full self-driving, trade it in, and you might be able to get ahead of that either way. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff like that. You know, in terms of the timing of this, they probably want people to try and take advantage of this ASAP, and maybe they're more so thinking of people that are looking at the Model X and the Model S, because there's a lot of people that have bought Model S and Model X owners way back then. And so they're probably thinking, like, if we can get some of those people to transact at these higher prices, it might make a lot more sense at the end of the day. And they've already run promotions like this on the Model S and Model X, where they would get they would give you full self-driving anyway, so it's really not that much update or different, but it's definitely a surprising news that they're going to allow it on the Model 3 and the Model Y. And so here are the people that should be considering this, not, and of course, plus people that if you're looking to try and, you know, place some chess pieces, maybe buy a used Model 3 and trade in as well. But quote, if, shout out to the kilowatts again, if you have full self-driving purchase on a Tesla with hardware 2.0 or hardware 2.5, you should probably upgrade in Q3, and you should probably upgrade to a Model Y with hardware 4.0. Number two, hardware 3 and want a bigger car, you should probably upgrade in Q3. So he's specifically talking about people that want a Model Y, Model S, or Model X. Hardware 3 and want a smaller car, you should upgrade in Q3. So that's upgrading to a Model 3, and you can get hardware 3. And if you have significant damage, you should probably upgrade in Q3 as well. And so shout out to the Christopher Dungeon for posting this, because I'm not sure if it's going to work exactly like this, but that could be how this math could play out, because essentially it is a $15,000 discount if you trade in a vehicle that doesn't or has full self-driving right now. And so of course, if you stack that with the $7,500 electric vehicle tax credit, stack it with potentially a $15,000 full self-driving credit, stack that with state incentives. We've got Colorado $5,000, California $2,000, Maryland $3,000 state incentives, and the list goes on and on and on. So there's potentially plenty of incentives that could come out there that you can get on buying a Tesla. And don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code before you order your Tesla Model 3, Model Y, or S, or even X, you can get anywhere up from $500 to $1,000 plus 3 months of full self-driving or potentially loot box credits, so that you can go ahead and get all the maximum value. So the process there is go to the referral code down below in the description first, then head on over to waitingfortesla.com, find the inventory discounted vehicle that pops out to you, then go ahead and hit the reserve button, make sure you get the green check mark so that you know the referral code is linked up, and then you can go ahead and link down and purchase the vehicle. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it are. Do you have a Model 3 out there, or Model Y with full self-driving, or even a Model S or Model X with full self-driving? It seems like the take rate of people that actually pay that full self-driving dollar fee is a lot higher for the Model S and Model X, because if you think about it, like when you're buying a Model 3 or Model Y, because if you didn't know, the full self-driving price actually used to be $6,000 to $7,000 to maybe even $8,000 before it went all the way up to $15,000. So you can imagine more Model S and more Model X buyers are going to be plunking that money down for a full self-driving package. But Model 3, Model Y buyers, I mean, even when I bought the Model 3, it was $6,000 at the time. It was really a tough pill to swallow, and I don't really recommend it, because if you didn't know, there is actually a subscription plan for the full self-driving. You do not have to pay that huge upfront fee, and you can pay anywhere from $200 a month for full self-driving and $100 a month for enhanced autopilot. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And if you're looking for someone to ask some questions about buying a Tesla and how to get the best deal, you can chat with me on the Patreon app, send me a direct message, and even schedule a phone call with me where we can go through your exact situation and how to get the best possible deal, including all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, all better than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Water break.